Hello, everybody. It is Burns. Welcome to day 18. Today is the 18th day out of 40 that we are doing and rocking this amazing cleanse. And I am seeing people were in here before I was even on dropping comments. This is working. It is working. It is working. I was just a little bit delayed because I was getting a few things ready for today. So here I am. Check this out, guys. Check out the cutest little mug ever. Santa is my homie. Santa is my homie. What? Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Amy. Amy said to Kim, I hope you and Victoria are well and she had fun at the Halloween party. Yes, indeed. It was Halloween this past weekend. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. I forgot to pull over my microphone. Oh, Lord. Okay, we're having one of those days, guys. We're having one of those days. I will fill you in. I will fill you in. Good morning, Sehar. Thank you so much for your beautiful presence in the class today. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is having a brilliant day. Hello, Kimberly says hello, Sehar. And Nancy, Shifting Consciousness, says hello, everyone. Well, hello, good morning to everybody tuning in. I am so excited to be here. I am Burns. If you're tuning in live for the first time, I am Burns. I'm your certified detox specialist, and I am here to help us figure out this whole detoxification game that we are on. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad that you are here. Thank you so much for coming to class. You're in the UK. You guys can see that streaming, the ticker at the bottom. It says, have an amazing day today, and may today have an amazing you. And that is from my friend Lorenzo, who I was just chatting with over in England. And he's got some tonsillitis issues going on. And he wanted to know what my take on all that was and if I had any sage wisdom for him. And I told him, you're not going to like what I'm going to tell you. You're not going to like what I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you. It's the protein and it's all the toxicity in our system that's causing our lymph nodes to become engorged with bacteria, which is what they're supposed to do. It's there to help us clean out the toxins in our body. And, that is the real deal. So enough with the antibiotics. We've done enough of that damage to ourselves. Now it is time to clean and heal the body, and that is what we are all about here. Good afternoon, Michael. Heal all tea herbs are on the way. Herbs are money. Yes. Where's my heal all? I've got mine here as well. I've got my heal all tea warm and ready to go. Oh my God, and that is so delicious. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Olga. So one of the things that I would like to do, that I like to do at the beginning of each and every detox class that we have, is I like to send this out with the rest of the world. And I can't because, excuse me, my nose is running as well. Y'all, I'm having a day. I'm not going to lie. My Kleenex is over there. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, so my iPad is not plugged in, so let me plug that in first. Oh my goodness, you would think I would have done this before class, right? It's not like I haven't been doing anything. You have no idea. But let me plug this in. And we'll get that going. I do like to share this out to people to let them know that we are live and alive and in class and learning so much about detoxification. So we'll just give everybody a chance to realize that, oh, yes, indeed, Burns is online and that we are here. How are you guys doing? So in the comments, let me know what were your takeaways from yesterday's class when we were talking about sugars and carbohydrates. We had an amazing, amazing class. Let me know, what was your takeaway? What did you not really realize? I'm hot in here today too. I may have worn the wrong thing for class today. Hang on one second, guys. Whew. All right. I am in it. I am in the detox. I'm not even lying to you guys. I am feeling the feels today, man. I woke up today with a headache, which is always lovely. Not so much. Woke up with a headache and then woke up to find I caused a real stir in one of the groups with all this rebounding discussion. It was like, wow, really? What is going on? And I wanted to talk about that today. Shifting consciousness, Nancy says, yesterday I ate lots of juice and 2 salads, and today so far drinking a green juice, which I know is not just fruits, but just trying to prep my mind and body for the real detox. You're still really detoxing, don't you worry. Fruits and vegetables will be amazing. It's just not as accelerated a detox. Oh, I am sweating. My eyes are watering. Look at me over here. I'm a hot mess, quite literally. So you're on the right track, Nancy. You're doing it. I'm so proud of you. Keep going, babe. Keep going. Kimberly says, thanks, Amy. She had the best Halloween ever. Oh my God. I'm so happy to hear that. Hello, beautiful people from Alex G. Hello. Amy says, hi, Michael. My heal all herbs are on the way too. I'm leaving out chaparral. Hope that's okay. Yes, it is. You will get a lot of healing benefits from it. I don't have chaparral in mine either. And I hope to order the Dr. Morse herbs soon as my distributorship comes in. And when I do that, I will be all over that Dr. Morse herb green heal all tea. But in the meantime, we can mix ours up, and we are doing that with our recipes that we are making. If you're not in the Facebook group, I encourage you guys to come over to the Facebook group, The Real Juicy Detox, because I shared that recipe in there, and I can't believe the difference in my tongue. You guys remember my tongue from a few weeks ago? If you guys were here a couple weeks ago, totally different. And I just finished listening to some Dr. Morse this morning where he talked about, what we can do to get the kidneys filtering. And that's what I wanted to talk about today in relation to the rebounding that we're doing. But let me my iPad. Aw, Amy, that is so sweet. Amy's photo in the group. Day 14, I'm so proud of myself, you said, Amy. Thank you, Burns, Bedard, and all of us juicy juicers. Oh my God. And Amy paints these absolutely adorable pet rocks. Look at how cute this is. Isn't that amazing? Look at all hand painted. Aw, and a Dr. Joe Dispenza butterfly. Love it, Amy. Absolutely love it. So let me just share this out to a few groups. I hesitate now to share this out to groups because I'm getting my wrist slapped all over the place. But I don't care. I want to share it because I think sharing is caring. And if we can share what we're doing out to more people, then more people can get healed. And you know what? I am willing to stick my neck out and make people uncomfortable. Sometimes that's what it takes, right? Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much, Alex. Yes, indeed. Shifting Consciousness says, thank you so much. Getting really inspired. You're in the right place for that, babe. And you know what? We need to be inspired. It is hard to do this, you guys. It's not the easiest thing in the world. So if we can really be inspired, to truly transform our lives, and if we can find a place where we can do that is really supportive and loving, that is what we got to do. Amy says, Burns, you're in it to win it. I am in it to win people over to this lifestyle, to heal their bodies 100%. And I'm not afraid to stick my neck out and to get it chopped off. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes to a fault, but I'm going to do it because I believe in what we're doing right now. And I know some of you might think, oh my God, this girl with the damn shares all the time in the groups, who does she think she is? I think I'm Burns Bedard. That's who I think I am. And if you allow me to share this in your group, I am forever grateful. I'm not only sharing this to your group, I'm sharing your group with the world. I'm sharing your group with the world. And if you don't believe that, I don't want you to be eating your words down the road when you see how this really explodes and helps so many people. I want all of these groups to be a part of the ride. I want to take all of you guys along the ride with me, all of these groups. So I'm going to share this out because I am unashamed, unapologetic about it. If you're watching this in one of the groups and you're watching it live, congratulations. But you want to get on to the YouTube channel or my Facebook page where this is originally streaming from, so that the comments are public, so that you get to have your comments show up like this too. Oh my God, how much fun is this? So I'm sharing this to our after school group, the Real Juicy Detox on Facebook. I'm sharing it to Juicing Raw Food Support. I'm sharing it to Juicing for Health, Solid Food Vacation, Juice Feasting, and Juicy Mama. And you know what? I'm aware that a lot of times these admins do not share this out to the group, but I want more people to find out about this work and to get it from a good source. So I'm sharing it because that's what I do. I share because I care. Honestly, I'd share because I care. Good morning, Gwen. So let me know in the comments any takeaways from yesterday's class on sugar and carbohydrate metabolism. Let me know. I want to go over some of those notes again because that question comes up all the time. Michael says, Burns seems Jesus kicked up a lot of dust everywhere he went. So you're doing awesome. Exactly. I mean, I'm not saying I'm Jesus Christ or anything. All right. But I do believe I am spreading a message of truth and power and elevation. And sometimes not everybody wants to hear it. But let me tell you what happened today. Can I spill some tea? Let's spill some tea. I got the tea. The tea. I'm not into gossip and all that kind of nonsense, but I want to share with you guys what happened because it's relevant for a lot of you who are sharing stuff out there on your Facebook page, or you're sharing your opinions, or you're sharing your this work that you're doing. I want to let you know that there are going to be times when you are going to be challenged, and I want you to stay open to those challenges to expand your awareness and your consciousness and your knowledge base of what you're doing. So this is what happened. So you guys know we've been doing the rebounding. How many people are doing the rebounding? Type jump if you are rebounding with me in the morning, every morning at 8 a.m. Yes, headache or not. Good morning, my beautiful man. Hello, hello. I love you so much, Dali. Thank you so much for popping in. I know you just can only pop in for a minute or two because you're at work, but thank you so much. You're on lunch right now. I love you. Thanks for coming. So this morning, I woke up to a comment on my rebounding video from yesterday where one of the members of one of the groups that I shared that video in was, was saying that rebounding is not good. Dr. Morris does not advise it, especially if your kidneys are not filtering. And, it was kind of slamming me. Oh, thanks, sweetie. Kind of slamming me really kind of hard for doing the rebounding. And I said, hey, listen, I preach all day long, all the live long day is kidney filtration, and how kidney filtration is the holy grail. We want to get to the kidney filtration because that is where the detoxification can happen. And detoxification, as we know, is that golden key that unlocks our inner world of health and vitality. Without detoxifying the body from all of the acids that we have eaten in my case, 55 years, and all of the crap that we continue to eat current day, not me anymore, because I gave that up 158 days ago. We've got a lot of stuff to clear out of our bodies. So of course, kidney filtration is everything. And of course, we want to be opening up our kidneys, getting those doors opened up so that the lymphatic fluid and the lymphatic waste material, right, that sewage system can flush itself out of our body through our kidneys, because that's the only way that we are going to get this body back into a state of health. So of course we want to have kidneys filtering, and I didn't really think that I guess it escaped me. Um, and to mention that when you rebound, especially when you're just starting out, you want to do this when your kidneys are filtering, because you don't want to get all the lymphatic fluid going and flowing and cleared out of all that cellular metabolic waste, right? Without our doorway being open, because that's like going to the bathroom for a number two, for a bowel movement, and flushing it, and only the water part of it evacuating from the toilet bowl and leaving behind all of the waste material. So of course we want to be filtering. Of course we want to be filtering. That is my number one soapbox that I talk on. Kidney filtration, lymphatic filtration, keeping the body alkaline, keeping the body healthy and hydrated. But somebody took me to task and was down on me, saying that you're encouraging people to rebound, and that's not good, that's not healthy, Dr. Morris is not for that. And I was like, oh shit, pardon my French. Am I leading people down the wrong path? Am I giving people wrong information? And listen, nothing is more triggering for me than the thought that I may be misguiding you guys, because that's the last thing that I want to do. The last thing that I want to do is give anybody a recommendation or a piece of advice that is incorrect. So what did I do? I was like, oh my God, am I missing something? Let me go back, because I've heard Dr. Morse talk about rebounding on many videos. Many people have written in and have asked him. Amy says, jump, jump. Yes, because Amy's been jumping. Michael says, jump at 5:30 a.m. The cat woke me up. Awesome. Right. So yeah, we are keeping jumping. And I've heard Dr. Morse talk about rebounding many times on his channel. And Detox Your Being is here. Hey, friends, he says. So I know that he's not really. He is really focused on fruits, melons, and berries, detoxification, herbal support, all of that, getting ourselves healthy and flowing and hydrated and alkalized from the inside out. And of course, that is our number one goal. Absolutely. Absolutely. The rebounding comes in helpful once your kidneys have started to filter. Obviously, right? Because you don't want to be pulling on your lymphatic system, just like we don't want to pull on the lymphatic system with the herbs, right? The lymphatic herb, the lymphatic 5. You don't want to be touching lymphatic 5 tincture until you've got your kidneys filtering and you slowly start working up on pulling on the lymphatic system gently, very gently at first, right? Nikki in the house. Yes, Nikki. We are so blessed to have you here with us, Miss Nikki Bless. Thank you so much for tuning in and for jumping with us today and for getting your new rebounder. So, this whole rebounding thing, let's see what Michael says. Rebounding is the pump of the lymphatic system. Stirred up waste will find its way out the kidneys, the skin, or other exit points in the body. Exactly. And when we're doing this protocol, and the reason that I'm doing the bouncing with burns, thank you, Amy, I think you coined that one. The reason that I'm doing bouncing with burns every single morning is because my kidneys are filtering. All of your kidneys are filtering if you're doing this protocol and you're checking your kidneys. And I want to talk about, what does kidney filtration really look like? What does it mean to filter, right? Well, this comment and this conversation in that group from my video yesterday, and by the way, that video from yesterday on Facebook from yesterday morning has over 45, I think it's 4,500 views on Facebook right now. And so I don't want 4,500 people questioning my experience, my expertise, my knowledge on the subject. So of course, what did I do? I went to Dr. Morse on rawfigs.com, where anybody can type in the the questions that they have, and up comes an indexed reference to a Dr. Morse video on the subject. Shifting Consciousness says, so that would mean how far in once you start the detox can you start jumping? Yeah. So it all depends on how soon into your detox that you can start jumping. As soon as you start seeing those little flecks that look like snowflakey flecks, like little dandruff floating around in your urine, you might see some mucus strands, and it doesn't have to be a lot. One mucus strand, a few little flecks, that means you're filtering, right? Sometimes people think, and Gabriella says, I know exactly what you're talking about. I read that comment too. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Right, Gabriella? I'm very sensitive. I'm very, very sensitive. I know I seem like I'm a strong warrior woman, and I am. I know I seem like I'm a fearless goddess, and I am. But I'm also an insecure little girl who doesn't like to get in trouble. Remember, that's my trigger point, right? So when I saw that comment, I was like, oh, shoot. Let me go and see. Let me see what am I missing? Went to Dr. Morse, and sure enough, he talked about, hello, my beautiful man, Lorenzo in the house. Look, Lorenzo, I got your quote scrolling on the bottom. Lorenzo called me this morning, and he was like, listen, I got to ask you, what do I need to do to get myself healthier? I got this tonsillitis. It's chronic. My ears are popping. It's like, so we had a beautiful chat. I introduced Lorenzo to this beautiful work that we're doing here. Lorenzo and I met in Toronto a few years ago when we were first new into the isogenics kind of lifestyle. And I told him, I was mentioning you earlier on this video, Lorenzo, in this class. I said, when my friend called me up, knowing that you were in isogenics, I didn't know when you messaged me this morning that you're no longer there. And I've apologized to people every single time it comes up. I apologize to anybody that I started off in isogenics, because now I know how bad that stuff is for us. The excess protein, the high processing of the plant protein, which doesn't really even taste that good. So Lorenzo and I are good friends from back in that time period, and it was a blessing to meet you. It was perfect. I was so excited about meeting him that I said, can we do a Facebook Live? We did a Facebook Live right there. Remember, Lorenzo? I will never forget. Oh God, we got good memories. But Lorenzo says, so funny. I always thought those strands were something else. No, those strands are your lymphatic waste, those mucus strands that you might see kind of floating around. So you want to be peeing in a bottle or a glass jar, and you want to look at that. What you want to see for kidney filtration is flecks that look a little bit like dandruff, a little bit like snowflakes, floating around. If you have really cloudy urine, that is amazing. That is your lymphatic system really extracting and getting all this out of your body. So I went to Dr. Morse, and I looked up rebounding, and sure enough, definitely it reinforced my, and I appreciate the comment, and I appreciate the group for letting me post that video there. They've since taken down my video in there. I don't know, pretty soon they're probably going to just ban me. It's fans of Dr. Robert Morse. If you're in that group and you love me and you know me, can you give me a little love in that group and say, oh my God, if you guys want to learn something really powerful and see humility in practice, learning in practice, go check out Burns on her online detoxification classes, because that's what we're doing there. And give me a little props, because I am telling you, I am empathic and I feel the feels hardcore. So Lorenzo, you were a huge blessing to me. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I sent Lorenzo a private message immediately and said, a couple video messages, and I said, I would be happy to jump on a call with you, babe, and let you know what we're doing here with this. And so your call really boosted my 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 mood. I was like, damn, I mean, I'm telling you, like, already as it was a detox headache, and then that. So um, at the end of the day, what I did was I went on Dr. Morse and I confirmed that what I was doing was in fact good and correct. It is not about excessive, intense working out. It's about gently moving the body, and it's about relaxing. So you do a little rebounding for 15 minutes in the morning. You get yourself going. First, you pee in a jar and you take your test strip to see what your pre-rebounding urine strip says. All right. Like Amy says, after bouncing on a ball for 15 minutes, my urine pH was 8. So went for a short walk, and then retested, and urine only went down to pH 7. So that is good. So that is showing you what a little bit of moving and flowing and getting the lymphatic system drained out of your system is going to do. You can test this for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. So even during detox, our urine pH should be around 6. Yes, that's what it should be when healthy. And it's going to fluctuate, guys. Listen, it's not a hard and fast thing. It's going to fluctuate, just like your urine filtration is going to see different levels of fluctuation as well. It's all, the body is always in flux. Oh, thank you. Gabriella says, don't worry, Burns. We know your intentions are pure. Internet people can be pretty mean sometimes. Well, I guess their intentions were pure too, because one of the comments, as you will remember that you read, Gabriella, was, I hate seeing people come in here and just giving their opinions, and they're not qualified, and they're not experienced, and they're not knowledgeable. And that for sure is an issue in a lot of the groups. And I said, I know, I feel you. I totally agree. And that's why I decided to become a certified detox specialist, so that I can really come with the purest of intentions and with the best information that I am aware of. So when I see something come up in a group where people are questioning, or where there's doubt, I go into, well, let's find out, let's go learn, let's find out. That's where I learned about the power of the bottled grape juice being totally fine and healthy for your detox. First time I saw that, I was like, no, you shouldn't do that, bottled, bad, boo. Right? And then the second time I saw it, and I read the comments again on another post, someone said, no, Dr. Morris has verified that this is in fact electric and is in fact good for detoxification. I went, okay, let's go find out. Let's go learn. And that's what I'm all about. I am going to be as humble. I don't know a lot of stuff. All right. I'm just sharing with you guys the stuff that I do know, that I have learned from Dr. Morse, because he's taught it to us. He's taught it to us. And whatever little bit that I've been able to absorb and to learn, I'm going to pass that along to you. I have this, Lorenzo. We were talking about Dr. Morris's book that you might want to pick up to learn about all of this. Follow him also on the YouTube, because it is packed with information. And today, because Lorenzo is here, and new to all of this, and one of the questions that Lorenzo rightly so had was, what about the sugar? Isn't that a lot of sugar? I want to talk about that. I want to scroll through the notes from yesterday as well, just to recap and make sure that, it's one thing to see the information the first time, right, guys? It's another thing to let it sink in and let it seep into your being, into your awareness, and then to come back at it again, to reread that chapter, to rewatch that video, to re-listen to that audio that really kind of solidifies all of this in the mind, because these are really important facts that we need to know. Louise says, hi, beautiful Burns, and hi to this beautiful community. Happy Thursday. Day 10 for me today. I'm so loving walking this walk with you all. Oh my God, Louise, I'm so happy that you are here, my darling. Louise O'Flanagan from, where are you from again? Limerick, Ireland. Can you get any more Irish than being from Limerick? Come on. That's amazing. Carlene, bonjour, everyone, says Carlene. Teodora, don't worry. Thank you, Teodora. Don't worry. Indeed, I won't. Digest the information and apply, right? So we've got to digest it. We've got to really synthesize it, absorb it, and then apply it. And that's why I love doing this class, because we're learning about all of these things and we're doing it at the same time. So we're experiencing the detox, we're experiencing the rebounding, we're experiencing getting our kidneys open, we're experiencing it. It's an experience, it's an experiential experience and class, and I love it. Teodora, what you got, girl? What you got? I love your name, by the way. That is so, so cute. I love it. You are a beautiful soul with such goodness that you are sharing with us. You're so welcome. Oh my God, I'm so grateful for you guys for being here. So grateful, so grateful. Let us know, everybody, because everybody, I'm seeing new students showing up in the class. I've got my great friend Lorenzo here. And by the way, that is his scrolling quote, scrolling on the bottom, right? Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful affirmation with me this morning, Lorenzo. Lorenzo always says, have an amazing day, and may today have an amazing you. And I got to tell you, Lorenzo, I thought about that, really, really, really well after our chat this morning or this evening, afternoon, where you are in England. By the way, Lorenzo is in England, in the UK. And if anybody knows of national stores that might also deliver online, where he can get the organic Concord grape juice, not from concentrate, in a glass jar, a glass bottle, if you can drop that in the comments. If you're in the UK, because I know a lot Okay. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. We'll just wait for you guys to refresh your browsers. I'm so sorry. So sorry. That happens from time to time, which kind of sucks. But here we are. We're still here. We're still in class. the feeds keeps going. If ever that happens in the future, again, just stick with it. It's me with it said that I lost my connection, my connection speed was not good. And you know what? It's like, why? Because I am hardwired in here. So I don't know what that is all about. Let me just go in and double check um, on making sure that this is indeed connected to my hardwired. Yes, I am connected through my Thunderbolt. So we are still here. Let me know. Yep, you lost me. I lost you, babe. I lost you. I'm still here. Hello, Cara Joe. So glad that you are here. How are you guys doing? That just happened. That just happened. I'll give you guys a minute to come back in. Theodora says, thank you. You're welcome, babe. Oh, thank you, Theodora. You are amazing, and all this goodness will come back to you. I do believe that as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. I'm here. I'm back. Let me know, those of you who, the numbers are going up again. This is good. This is good. That happens from time to time. It's all good. You gotta just roll with the punches, baby. Rolling with the punches. Oh my God. While we're waiting, I'm looking at Rhonda. Look at Rhonda Jackson sharing the heck out of this. Look at her go. Girl, you so fine. You're so amazing. My goodness. I love you guys, and I love that you are taking your health back. I love it. I love it. I love it. I thought it was just my end that blacked out. No, it was me. It was my end that blacked out. It was my end that blacked out. Every now and then, if I lose my connection here, it will drop the signal. But the good news is that with StreamYard, I'm streaming this through StreamYard so that I can stream it both to Facebook as well as YouTube. The app keeps it running because it's doing this through Safari. So if any of you guys are in the online video game and you want to stream both to Facebook and YouTube, StreamYard, man. Kelly says, I ate sushi last night and it made me super sick. Yeah, well, when you're cleaning out your body and you're doing all of this detoxification work, your body is going to really want to get any junk that you put in it during the detox process. It's going to want to purge that out. And that's why you feel like crap. That's the toxins that are like, your body is going, oh, we ain't having this, honey. Oh, hell no. We ain't having it. We ain't having it. But I'm so glad that you're here and you're back in your amazing game and that you are rocking this. So what I want to do, I had a raw almond joy piece of pie too. Kelly. You know, it would help if you didn't have that stuff in the house. I mean, I know it's hard with your husband and other people who might be living in your houses that want to have this junk food in there. But Kelly, come on now. This is a really good time to segue now into what I wanted to talk about for today. And what I wanted to do was I want to recap our notes on and our lesson that we had done yesterday on sugar. I'm going to do it. Yesterday's lesson, I really took my time and I really massaged and really got all the goodness and all the juiciness out of this topic. And today, so if you haven't seen yesterday's class, I do encourage you to go back and check out the class from yesterday because it was really, really good. Really great class. So what I want to do now is I want to go back over and back through some of those notes because it is it's stuff that we cannot hear too much. And that once we really internalize all of this and really understand it, we can walk with confidence through our detox. But more importantly, we can stop eating the junk food that is contributing to your ill health, right? So let's go through this. Not to make you feel guilty or anything, but just to make you feel more aware. The more awareness that we can have going through this process, the more education that we can have, the more information that we can have that is the right information, the easier this is going to be. Okay, so let's check it out, guys. Each cell in your body is like a self-sustaining city, right? That basically requires two outside factors. Number one, it needs an energy source. Just like your car needs fuel, right? Your body needs fuel. It's exactly the same. Got to turn off my sound on my iPad because, yeah. All right. So the second thing is that we need to have our energy source, our fuel, but then we also need a way to get rid of the toxic waste that comes about when we as a factor of living. So we need a way to burn off, to get rid of the burnt off residue that's left behind after we eat food. These byproducts need to be carried away from our cells, just like the plumbing and the septic system in your house works, right? Just like your muffler gets rid of the exhaust, the waste matter from the fuel burning. It's exactly the same thing in our bodies. It's our septic system. So Lorenzo, if you're still watching, if you're still on, and by the way, during the lesson part of this class, drop your comments. If something is resonating with you, if something is going off in your brain and going, oh my gosh, drop it in the comments. Let me know what is resonating with you as we go through this. So Lorenzo, we were talking about your tonsils right now and how your tonsils are your septic tank for your head. So everything that's going on in your head is going to be drained out. All the metabolic waste from the cells in your head, in your brain, all of it in your glands, that is going to all need to come out. Carbohydrates. So let me go back here for a quick second because this is relevant for Lorenzo. Let me know if you're still on, Lorenzo. I don't know if you're still on. It was the end of the day for Lorenzo, but I'm just going to go through these because he might see it coming up, right? Nikki, bless in the house still. That is so awesome. Kelly says it wasn't in the house. That was all me actually going to the store. I blame no one but myself to blame. The raw pie was actually just a raw dessert with no raw added refined sugars. Awesome. Then you're good. You're good. Don't worry about that. But the other stuff, yeah, we wanna really keep it clean. Keep it clean. All right. So we need to be able to burn off the byproducts. And these byproducts need to be carried away by the cells, just like the septic tank and the sewage system in your house, right? In your condo, wherever you are, it doesn't stay in your house, in your condo. It gets flushed away into septic tanks in order for the septic tanks to deal with all of that bacteria, right? All septic tanks, it's got to have bacteria in it. The bacteria eats up the lymphatic waste or the sewage waste so that it can be passed on to be filtered out to the next phase of your septic system, your sewage system. And your tonsils in your throat drain all of the lymphatic waste that is in your head. All right. So if you've had your tonsils removed, oh my goodness. And I apologize to both my daughters. I did that to them. Yes, I did. But even if you have tonsils still and you notice that you're getting tonsillitis infections a lot, you're probably very mucused up. You're probably drinking a lot of those isogenic shakes that are all mucus forming. You're probably still eating dairy, a lot of you, some of you. I know I was. And you're drinking a lot of that milk, that good old got milk. That milk is going to get you. It's going to shut down your ability for your body to drain. It's going to produce a lot of excess mucus. You're going to get a lot of sinus infections, a lot of ear infections, a lot of ear aches, a lot of ringing in the ears. That's what I have. I'm so lymphatically backed up. It's not even funny, which is why I'm doing this. So let's talk about carbohydrates now, because we got to understand what the carbohydrates that we are taking into our body are doing, right? Because it's not just enough to say, I'm going to just do fruits and I'm going to juice this and then the first time and you find yourself driving yourself to get the stuff that is going to compromise your system. And a lot of that stuff, for a lot of us, it's these carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are a group of substances and it's made up of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. Okay. Hydrogen is just carbon and water. So carbohydrates are basically carbohydrates. They include starches, glycogen, dextrins, and celluloses. Now, the organic carbon compounds supply the main energy for every cell in our body. Every single cell in our body requires what? Carbon, carbohydrates, carbons. Carbohydrates are used as our body's primary or main source of fuel. Main source of fuel. It's not protein. No, it's not. Protein is for building structure. Protein is for to do other things. It's not for fuel. Fuel is, we are required to have carbon as fuel. We are carbon machines. Carbon machines. We got to understand what is our fuel source and why is that our fuel source, and we're going to understand that hopefully as we go through this today. All right, now all green plants use the sun's energy, photosynthesis, to combine carbon dioxide and water to form carbohydrates. So all green plants and their fruits are carbon based. Cellulose is the chief constituent of the cell wall in plants. So cell walls that are found in plants. So all the cells in a plant have cellulose, and this is a type of carbohydrate as well. When we consume it, cellulose acts as an intestinal broom and an energizer to the cells of the intestinal wall. So fiber, remember, as we talked about yesterday, fiber is really good for us. It energizes, it cleans out, it sweeps out, it keeps the everything, the flow going through our intestinal wall. Some of us who are doing this juicing as our main protocol, our main food source, we are seeing that when we completely eliminate all fiber, we are seeing that sometimes our bowel movements can seem really watery. That's because there's no extra fiber to create like a mass to move through, like you would find in a traditional bowel movement. So don't be afraid of that, okay? Don't be freaked out by that. We're not only going to be juicing for the rest of our lives. We're also going to add in chewing foods, and it's all going to come together after we finish the juicy part of our detox, right? We're going to move into a phase where we do still focusing mainly on our juices, but also moving in and adding in about 20 to 30% of chewing food. That is going to be all vegetables, which is going to have these cellulose fibers to sweep and energize our intestinal wall. But first, we want to clean that wall out. We want to astringe it. We want to pull all of that mucoid plaque that is coating our small intestine, preventing us from absorbing nutrients properly, causing a lot of excess toxins to be thrown back into our system. This mucoid plaque, these pockets, this diverticuli, these pockets within the intestinal wall that is holding in all the meat that you ate, so much of the meat that you ate, even a small piece of it that you ate a year ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, sometimes, that is going to be sitting in those diverticuli, those intestinal pockets, and not only decaying itself, but decaying the intestinal wall around it. So what we're doing, by eliminating this cellulose, this fiber, is we are allowing the body to pull off that mucoid plaque from the intestinal wall and get that flushed out so that we can come back in. And when we eat our raw foods later on, and even some cooked foods, because if you should be able to eat some cooked foods, right, and not feel the impact of that, not see too much of a slowdown. And by the way, I don't mean eating the meat and the raw, the cooked foods that we used to eat that we thought were food for us. I mean eating, if you're going to cook something, cook some vegetables type of thing. You know what I mean? So right now we're giving our digestive system a rest when we are on this juicing part of our protocol so that we can totally clean out ourselves. We can get the kidneys open and filtering out. That is the number one holy grail with all of this. So sugar. check this out. Sugar is a carbohydrate and it belongs to the saccharide family, the saccharides. Simple sugars, also called monosaccharides, are the main fuels for your body. And where do we get simple sugar from? Fruits, melons, and berries, baby. Fruits, melons, and berries. These are the main fuel source for the body. Sugars are as essential to your body as gasoline is to your gasoline automobile. I should update this note, right? Because not all automobiles are gasoline. Some automobiles are electric. You would never drive your gasoline automobile up to the electric charging stations that Tesla has everywhere now and expect to plug that into your gas tank and fill it up, right? You wouldn't do that. You're like, that, well, that's not the fuel for my body. And yet we don't understand what our main fuel is for our bodies. Our bodies require simple sugar as our energy source. So simple sugars help run your machine, your body, by way of the cells. But there are several important distinctions to remember about sugar. Really important distinctions to remember. And here we go. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Are you guys loving this? Let me know in the comments if you're getting any value out of this. If you're getting value out of this, hey, man, smash that like button if you're watching this on YouTube. Smash that like or love button if you're watching this on Facebook, and drop a comment right now to let me know if this is valuable. Let me know. I need feedback too. I need feedback just like anybody does, right? Let me know if this is helpful for you. So glucose, or simple sugars, is its initial compounds, such as starch and cellulose, make up the most abundant organic compounds on Earth. And remember, cellulose is that sugar that is found in plant material, plant matter. Since your body can only, so our body can only use simple chemistry. That if you want to have an optimally running machine that doesn't have to go through any big gymnastics to convert what you're eating, that complex chemistry, that those complex carbohydrates and complex sugars and complex proteins, if you want your body to utilize all of that stuff efficiently, you don't want it coming in its complex forms, because the body has to go through all kinds of gymnastics to convert those complex sugars back down to a simple format, a monosaccharide. Monosaccharides is what we want. All right. Monosaccharides is what we want. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. Duda is dropping a heart. She is saying that, yes, this is amazing. Thank you so much. Barbara is here giving me a thumbs up. That is amazing. Kelly says, everything you say is of great value to me. That is awesome, Kelly. Amazing. Amazing. Gwyneth, thank you so much for popping in again, babe. Real helpful, loving it. Emoji King in the house says, yes, looking with the third eye. Shifting Consciousness says, absolutely loving this. This is amazing, amazing, amazing. Shifting Consciousness Nancy says, I had my tonsils removed when I was 2, but I have allergies, blocked ears, sinuses, sinus issues, vertigo. That's because you don't have those tonsils in there to take care of all of that lymphatic stagnation. So you're on the right track with this. Now this is going to get your kidneys opening up. And by the way, my kidneys are I woke up with a headache, and now my kidneys are screaming at me. This is good. This is a sign of detox for sure. So all of these issues can be alleviated with this, absolutely, and 100% healed. Remember, getting in the shower, getting that water hitting the back of your neck, hot and cold, hot and cold. I did that right before coming on today, and you know what? My headache is gone. Yeah, I think my headache is gone. I have an awful ringing in my ears as well. Ashlyn, thank you so much for tuning in. So glad that you are watching with us. So yeah, this tinnitus, man. Who was it? Which of our class members, somebody remind me, which of our class members had tinnitus ringing in the ear? Tanya Ray, third day in, her vertigo completely gone, and her ringing in the ears completely gone. It all depends on the level of our stagnation. That's going to determine how long it's going to take for you to clear this. Hello, Elaine in the house. Lorenzo is still here. Beautiful, my friend. I hope that this is helping you further understand what is going on with your body, right? Elaine says, I'm loving this. Ran out of a meeting to listen. Girl, don't get in trouble. But so glad that you are here. Duda says, very important information about sugars. Wish I knew that years ago so I wouldn't feed on ice cream and desserts and end up with this a neurological disorder due to acidosis, FND. I know, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so where were we here? So since your body can only use simple chemistry. Your body wants and craves and requires and needs simple chemistry for it to work properly. So when we take in all these complex forms of protein, right, all the meat forms of protein, all the dairy forms of protein, and we're not focused on the simple, bioavailable, usable amino acid building blocks like we would find in plant matter, when we go to the complex completed chemistry in proteins, when we go to the complex completed chemistry in complex carbohydrates, complex sugars, then the body has to go under all of this crazy gymnastics in order to break that down into some usable form. And that is one aspect of digestion, this breakdown of complex chemistry into simple chemistry that requires digestion and digestive energy. So awesome. Big shout out to you guys for tuning in and for checking out this information and for being inspired to take inspired action. That's where the real juiciness begins, right? And let me just turn on my heating blanket, because when I came into class today, into my Glenda, my vintage camper, I did not need the heat on, but oh, that is so going to spill. That is so going to spill. That is so going to spill. I'll leave that there. But now that I am, settling in and it's a little bit cool. When I get out of the shower and I start running around and getting things ready and running between the house and Glenda to get things ready, I work up a body heat situation. But after just sitting in one spot for a while, I get chilly. Okay. After digestion. Okay, so after digestion breaks down the complex sugars that we're eating to glucose. This glucose is then absorbed into the blood from the intestinal tract. As long as your intestinal tract isn't all gunked up on the inside from all the mucus and ice cream and sugar and complex carbohydrates and pasta and rice and roti and bread and all that stuff that we have grown up loving to eat, right? As long as you have some amount of absorption, and a lot of us are walking around malabsorbed on the planet. How do you know? Look at your physical structure. Are you overweight? Malabsorbed, starving. Are you underweight? Malabsorbed, starving. But let's say that you can absorb glucose. Let's say that you can do that, right? In the small intestines, that is where it is going to be absorbed into the blood. Then it gets transported to the liver, where the liver goes to work at utilizing all of what you've eaten. But the glucose is transported to the cells, where it is reduced to carbon and is oxidized for energy and heat. So the glucose goes into your bloodstream. It gets transmuted into energy through oxidation. All right. Part of this carbon is stored for future energy, like the way a battery would store energy, right? So like how you have to have your phone plugged in order to get, power in and stored in the battery of your phone, same thing happens in the body. So we have the glucose that goes to the cells, and there it is reduced to carbon, and it's oxidized, so it meets up with oxygen, and it produces energy and heat. And it's stored in our cells. Now, some excess carbon, which is not used, is stored as adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, or it's converted into fat, and or it's stored as glycogen. Glycogen is stored mainly in the liver and muscle tissues. So our liver and our muscles, those pipes that we're working on, and the abs that we're working on, and the glutes and all that we're working on in the gym, that is where glycogen gets stored. Now, when the body is deprived of glucose or fructose, it will start to use these glycogen reserves. So if you starve your body of glucose and fructose, the simple sugar that our bodies require for fuel, all right, it is going to start going into your muscles and using up your glycogen reserves that are stored up in your muscle and in your liver, right? In order so that you can have energy. Because if you starve yourself of the energy source that you should be using for energy, glucose and fructose, if you starve your body of that, it's going to go, okay, well, where else do I have any stored glucose? Where can I go look for energy? Oh, the muscles, you guys have energy. Come here. Let's go cannibalize you, because I need to get to that glycogen. Right? Liver, awesome. Let's go scavenge and get that glucose out of the liver. And when you do this and you're using protein as your energy source, you are going to be cannibalizing your body for these glycogen reserves. Now, when refined or complex sugars are consumed, it creates a glucose overload in the body, which in turn creates excess carbon. Okay, so think about that for a minute. Let's just read that and let that sink in, because this is where the real aha moment for me happened. I don't know about any of you. Let me know whereabouts in this whole lesson that we did yesterday. Thank you so much, Nikki. Let me know in the comments whereabouts in this lesson did the light bulb go off for you? Did you just say, oh my God, this explains everything? Let me know in there. Shifting Consciousness Nancy says, I thought ear ringing was spiritual guides connecting. Me too. I was like, oh, look at that. No, Nancy, it's lymphatic stagnation, because I've been getting it as well and pass it off as spiritual downloads. Yeah, no, it's cellular in your body. It's cellular in your body. And it's a sign of lymphatic stagnation in the head. And we got to really be careful of that, because if we don't take care of that, it leads to hair loss. It leads to vertigo, ringing in the ears like you're experiencing, all kinds of problems with your jaw, with your teeth, right? A lot of people who have teeth sensitivity and who are like having a time of it. By the way, can we just remember to keep in our prayers this morning, Cindy, our beautiful class member, is having emergency root canal surgery this morning in Louisiana. So probably anytime now. So we send Cindy all of our healing thoughts and prayers. She messaged me last night and she was so concerned about this whole surgery, and they want to put her on antibiotics, and how is that going to impact her healing and her detox. And I told her, Heal All Tea, get some Heal All Tea into you. She had some at home. The herbs that are left over from the Heal All Tea, you can pack that in and around the tooth. That is going to really heal it. Guys, look at my tongue since starting to do this Heal All Tea every day. It is so healed up. It's not as there's not as many craters in it. It's so powerful. So we need to do this because we need to get rid of this amyloid plaque, just like our intestines have mucoid plaque in the intestinal wall. In the brain, it is amyloid plaque. That amyloid plaquing in the brain is also going to cause your glandular function in the brain to go down for sure. Your pineal gland, so you might have sleeping issues, you might have pituitary issues, right? Brain fog. Your pituitary issues are going to lead to thyroid issues. Thyroid issues happen because the pituitary brain does not properly administer and release thyroid stimulating hormone. You have thyroid issues, it just causes a whole cascading effect down. You're gonna be more susceptible to dementia, to Alzheimer's disease, to stroke, to swinging blood pressure, high and low. That's all the cerebellum, all at the back here, right? So these are really, really important things to clear out. So the ringing in your ears is not your spiritual guides talking to you, although I'm sure they talk to you in a lot of ways. Your ringing in your ears is your body talking to you, saying, you need to clean up this lymphatic stagnation that we got going on. We need to get this head draining. Emoji King says 30 years ago, I broke a 30-day citrus juice fast feast, grape, grape and lemon, and freshly pitted cherry juice. Also raspberry juice with a big piece of chocolate cake and a big glass of milk. Wow. Well, that is not a way that I would recommend breaking a fast, right? Right? Oh my gosh. I didn't put my cake in my milk. That would be silly. That would be silly. What you talking about, Willis? That would be very silly. I love the connection. I love the connection in here. Absolutely. I'm going back to the lesson shortly, but I wanted to get you guys to drop in the comments anything that you have to do that is going on with sugar metabolism. I've heard, Ashlyn says, I've heard recently that non-organic fruits are being bred to be overly sweet. Do you feel that there is still great quality and healing properties to these fruits? Is organic the way to go? So if you can have access to it and if you can afford it, yes, organic is the way to go. But we got to do what we got to do, right? So if you have access to other fruits that may have, we got to use what we got to use. So if you can do organic, that would be great. Emoji King says, hi, Nancy. Nikki says, awesome teachings. Thank you so much. John Binney, another one of our amazing class members. Check out John Binney on YouTube. John Binney was telling me to get some sleep this morning. It's in his comment section from his meditation report or today's song. It's in one of them. I left him a nice emoji. Guys, go check out John Binney on YouTube. He is amazing. Shifting Consciousness says, oh my God, Burns, aha, right here. Do you having an aha moment? That is so good. Let me hold on. Aha moment, I meant. Yes, I totally got that. Emoji King says, I don't require much sleep. It's an ongoing thing with him and I. With this new knowledge you have, you'll have energy. We just got to get through the beginning stages. And then, yeah, it's way easier. Yes, indeed. We got some beautiful prayers going up here. You guys keep those prayers coming for Cindy and the love. My God, she's in so much pain with this tooth and she needs a root canal. Oh my God, it feels so bad for her. Sending prayers, says Shifting Consciousness. Olga says, Cindy, get well soon. Stacy says, okay, speaking of the Heal All tea, what type of water do you use since a lot of water is acidic? Yeah, I use distilled water for my Heal All tea. That is what we recommend. Cindy Duda says, get well soon, Cindy. Yeah, so let's just go back to this part in the lesson on this. And by the way, you guys are doing an amazing job. This is a lot of information to take in. For a lot of people, this is very bizarre information because you're like, what? I had no idea about all of this. We're so used to just, shoveling it in, and we don't stop to really realize what we're doing to ourselves. But this is how it works. When you eat all of this complex carbohydrates, and with several glucose and fructose complexes bonded together. Like some of them have up to 20 uh, uh, different complexes bonded together, whereas fructose and glucose usually only have 5 or 6. It's very, very simple sugar. But when you get a lot of those simple sugars bonded together, because we're cooking the food, we're processing the food, and just the nature of that chemistry, it creates a glucose overload, which in turn creates excess carbon molecules. This excess carbon molecule is converted into carbon dioxide and carbonic acid. All right. So just think about that. You eat in all these complex carbs, and the excess carbon from the glycogen overload causes excess carbon that the body then has to convert, because that's too much carbon. So the body goes, oh my God, we got to take care. We got to do something here with all this excess carbon. And it converts it into carbon dioxide, which we exhale, and carbonic acid, right? Carbonic acid now has to go through a transmutation process in order for it to be processed and dealt with and handled by the body. Both of those things, the carbon dioxide and the carbonic acid, are acid forming, and it has to be neutralized and removed from the body, because otherwise we're going to burn up. We're going to have all this acid in our body. Remember what we talked about in the protein class. Remember, if you want to know what a 3 pH feels like in the body, put some Coke in your mouth and just let it sit there and see how long you can let it sit there for. Not very long. It's got the same pH as, get this, battery acid. That's acidosis, right? All of this, when we think of acid forming, I want you to realize that although the meat, although the candy and the sweets and the cookies and the pastries all taste sweet, doesn't taste acidic. It's what is left behind when we process it in the body. What's that pH? And that pH is 3 pH, carbonic acid pH, strong contributors to acidosis. And that's why we get our lymph nodes flaring up, like our tonsils, because the body is saying, oh my God, so much acid. It calls in all the good bacteria to gobble up all this acid in the body, and it causes a lot of activity, a lot of swelling, a lot of overactivity in the lymph nodes. Right? When you look inside your tonsils, inside your mouth, when you have tonsillitis, you know those white spots, those white pussy like stones at the back of your throat. That's your lymphatic system. That's the acids that your body is trying to neutralize, because you can't be pouring 3 pH into the system like that. You're going to feel the acid ravage hit of that. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I love talking about this. Okay, so sugar or glucose overload is so common in our society. We consume so much of this refined sugar and complex carbohydrates, right? Drop a comment in the comments right now if you're watching this on the live, or in the comments if you're watching it on the replay. Drop a comment. Let me know, are sweets your guilty pleasure? Are sweets the thing you run out of the house for, to binge on because you just need something to get that hit, right? Let me know in the comments if you are a sugar baby. If you're a sugar baby, right? And I don't mean that in the sugar mama or sugar daddy kind of way. I mean the sugar baby, carbohydrate sugar way. I personally am 100% a sugar baby. Oh my God, I love the sweets. Love the sweets. And we are overloaded with it. Think about all the things that you guys eat, not you guys, that we eat, myself included. I love the sweets. I love the sweets. And I didn't really understand what it was really doing in my body, yet I was feeling the effect of it in my body, totally feeling the effect of it in my body, the sugar crash, the head rush, the buzz, but that sugar crash, and then that feeling of complete and utter garbage on the inside when you're aware and you're not just going to go reach for another candy bar, right? It's ingrained in our society. And this keeps the demand on our pancreas so high to produce insulin to deal with this glucose overload, right? And upon the liver and kidneys to convert or eliminate the excess. We are taxing our bodies so much, right? Add to that the problems created by too much protein and fat, right? And you start to make sense of, oh my God, not only am I eating all this crappy protein and all this excess fat and all this processed food, but on top of that, I'm pouring onto all of that this glycogen overload, creating so much carbon dioxide and carbonic acid in my body that now has to go to work at neutralizing that, all because it's trying to give me a little bit of energy. Raw fruits and vegetables are balanced in their simple sugars, amino acids, and fatty acids. It's everything that you need in your world, in your life, to be healthy, happy, and whole. Everything in their simple chemistry, not complex chemistry that the body now has to go and break down and figure out, oh my God, what is she putting in me? Okay, liver, get into work, get into action. Pancreas, get into action. Kidneys, but here are these organs that are being degraded and compromised because of all of this acid slurry that we're putting in. And the kidneys, the pancreas, the liver, everything, the small intestines, they can't do the job that they were meant to do because we are poisoning ourselves with all of this acid. Oh, and by the way, I started juicing that citrus hull that I got. This tangerine juice is all kinds of good. Oh my word, that is good. It's so good. Everything we need and nothing we don't, as Tanny Raw would say. Everything your body needs and nothing it doesn't. Everything in exactly the right balance. Santa is my homie. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Truly God's food, God foods designed for us humans. And check it out. Most artificial sweeteners have been linked to cancer. When we take in aspartame, that turns into formaldehyde in the body. Crazy. NutraSweet, aspartame, horrible stuff for us. And as Americans, I mean, North Americans, but especially Americans are like, man, whew, we got to do something about this. 7,000 tons every year of aspartame, a neurotoxin that breaks down into formaldehyde. A neurotoxin is a toxin for your brain. If you are ever or have ever used any of these artificial sweeteners, that neurotoxin, that neuropoison is part of what is stagnant in your cabeza, in your head that you need to get out. But what's going on in the head? Lymphatically stagnant, constipated, can't move it out. So it causes all of these issues. It causes hair going gray, being bald, not intentionally. I shaved my head this morning. Dementia, all the neurological problems, pineal gland issues, all the endocrine glands not functioning. And we're not getting it out because we are stuck in this rut that tells us this myth that says that fruits are bad for us, that fruits have too much sugar. Meanwhile, look at what's on the side of a box on any diabetic or low glycemic index type of food, right? In fact, if you can read the ingredients on the label, you shouldn't be putting it in your body. Well, I make a few exceptions, I'm not going to lie, for convenience sake, right? But anything that I buy that might be somewhat processed or cooked has very few ingredients, like the Ivar that I use for my Ivar and buckwheat crackers. That Ivar, roasted red peppers, a little bit of sugar. I know, not the best, not the greatest, but doesn't have a lot. But oil and salt. That's it. Not all these things that I can't pronounce on the label. It is a myth that natural sugars feed or encourage cancer. Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing could be a bigger lie propagated by, who do you think? Big pharma, who owns big agriculture, who owns big grocery chains. Okay. Look at and understand what we are doing to our bodies. We need to be more aware. We need to be out of this slumber. We need to come out from behind that evil veil. Evil veil. Gabriella says, I have a box of frozen Costco cookies in my fridge. I haven't had them since we started this, but I definitely don't know what to do with that. Throw it in the garbage. What do you mean? What? Don't even give that shit away. Don't even give that away, because you're just giving somebody else excess carbons, excess carbon dioxide, and excess carbonic acid that the body has to produce and neutralize because it's produced from eating those said cookies. Ivar is a Croatian or Eastern European red pepper tapenade. Shifting Consciousness says, I have been following Tanny Raw for years, even though I'm not vegan. Isn't she amazing? Theodora says, hi, Burns. I'm sorry about before. I had to attend to something. No worries, babe. No worries. We're always here for you. Chocolate and chips for shifting consciousness. Yep, I get it. The sweet and the salty. So when we crave the sweet, it's because we have an excess of yeast and candida in the body. And that candida is looking to feed on your complex carbohydrate, lymphatic waste that all creates, right? It does not like simple sugar, because that simple sugar starves it, and it pulls it out of the cells to get excreted on out. When we crave salty food, chips and the like, that is a sign of adrenal weakness, because our adrenals control and moderate and modify our sodium and potassium levels. So your adrenals are down and you've got yeast. Yay, Nancy. That is it for most of us. Emoji King says, I eat logically, not for emotional comfort. That is amazing. A lot of us are not like that, though. A lot of us eat to soothe ourselves and to forget about whatever it is that's coming up for us that we don't want to deal with. That is a real thing for a lot of us. Stacy says, yes, sweets and homemade bread, homemade cinnamon rolls. I got a recipe for you that I want to experiment with when I come off of this. I haven't experimented with it as yet, but for raw vegan cinnamon rolls using plantain, or plantain as North Americans call it incorrectly, plantain. I'm going to need to go back in and get some more of that. That's so good. Right? So I also made some raw vegan chocolate buckwheat crackers. They came out tasting and with the consistency of chocolate fudge. Oh my God. And that's just the base layer. Then I want to do some other layers of some spread, some sweet, like date type of nut butter kind of spreads, or something really good to layer that. And guys, the cooking is going to, the uncooking inside after we're done the 40 days is going to be off the chain. Duda says guilty. Yes, I know so many of us are so guilty of this stuff. But Gabriella, throw that stuff out. You don't need it. It's holding you back. I detox your being saying I'm about to start an indoor garden for the coming winter. Amazing. What are you going to plant? What are you going to grow inside? That is so good. Nikki says, no, I like savory. Well, savory, yeah, savory adrenal weakness, right? With the salty stuff. Um, so definitely a factor. But as well, savory, check this out. Savory can also be very carbohydrate based, right? So if it's a carbohydrate based savory craving as well, you're also feeding that candida. I actually made one of her salad dressings last night. Yeah, I've made a lot of her dressings and dips and wraps. They're so good. Judah says, I mean, seriously, I just cannot process that so many people think that fresh fruit is bad for you. That is so sad. I know. It's like a conspiracy or something. Brainwashing. Ding, 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 ding. Brainwashing. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Can I drink green teas? Yes, you can. Any herbal tea is totally fine to have on this, definitely. Nikki says, I've been addicted to fruits all my life. I thought something was wrong with me. No, girl, something was all right with you. That is your intuition, your intuitive, your higher being saying, that's what I need. That's what I need. Stacy says, oh my God, yes, let's do it for cinnamon rolls. I saw a vid using plantains too, and I wanted to do it. Yes, we will make that for sure. So it is a myth, guys, that simple sugars feed or encourage cancer. When people hear sugar, they think, oh my God, all sugar is bad for you. So fruits, that's going to feed your sugar, your cancer. And that is nothing could be further from the truth, because we know that fruits energize, they're electric, they're astringent, they are so good to strengthen the cells, which is a must for all cancer treatment. Cancer cells are just normal cells that have lost their vitality and their health, and that they're dying off through acidosis, through that acid hit. We get constipated, right? Our lymphatic fluid, which surrounds every single cell in the body. And if you've got weakened tissue, when your acidosis settles in that organ or that gland, guess what's going to happen? It's going to kill off your cells. That's just what happens. So if we can find a way to, and we have, to tap into our inner health and well-being and understand that in order to do that, we have to pull out all of that garbage and all of that, those toxins and all of that crap, all of those medications, all of those antibiotics. Where do you think all that stuff goes, guys? It stays in your body. We think we're peeing it out. We think we're pooping it out. We think we're sweating it out. Meanwhile, it's like flushing the toilet after you've had a bowel movement and all of the poop staying behind and all of the water getting flushed out through your kidneys and through your bowels. That's what most of us, our lives are like, 100% on a standard American diet, or SAD. No kidding. So sad. We are not giving our body an opportunity for the kidneys to filter. Most of us don't even know what that is. Most people don't know that that is even a thing. Doctors think that, oh, you've got sediment in your urine. You got an infection. No, genius. No, it means that the lymphatic waste that is floating around and surrounding every single cell in my body is being now pumped out of my body through the kidneys so that it doesn't stay behind and clog me up, make me fat, make me have cancer, make me inflamed. The fat is just your body trying to protect you from that acid hit that you're not getting rid of. And as soon as you go into this kind of protocol, I get so passionate about this, as you can see. As soon as you go into this protocol and you start opening up your kidneys and you start flushing everything out and you start moving your lymphatic fluid with your rebounding, with your dry brushing, with your fruits, melons, and berries, and you're getting all of this stuff out with your herbal protocol to support the kidneys, support the adrenal glands, support all your damaged tissues and organs, get that lymphatic fluid moving and astringed and flowing out of you. It is only then that we have healing and regeneration in the body. It's only then through that process of detoxifying the body that we are going to have this movement of all of this junk and gunk out of us, because all of that stuff that we have taken in, all the sulfur in the antibiotics, all of the vaccination crap, right? all of the all of the food that we have eaten, all of the drugs that we have done, all of the over the counter pain medications that I have taken, all of that stuff is trapped in my body. It has never left my body. So duh, of course I'm going to show up with end stage disease of some kind. Of course that is going to be encapsulated in my body in different pockets, like the 14 centimeter lipoma that I used to have here that now is almost completely gone. That's just a pocket of acidosis that is just trapped under the skin, trapped in the body. That's all that any of that is. And when we can see that and we can understand this, and when we can reverse the cause by stopping putting in the acid, and truly eliminate that by alkalizing and hydrating the body with fruits, melons, and berries, babies. Fruits, melons, and berries all the way. That's when we have our healing. All right. So this simple sugar is the proper fuel for ourselves. This simple sugar that we have in our fruits, melons, and berries, this is the fuel that our bodies were meant to have. This is what we were meant to eat. This is what we were meant to consume for fuel, for energy for your body, just to get going in the morning, for you just to open your eyes in the morning. That takes about 5,000 angstroms of energy. Most cancer patients, about 4,000 angstroms of energy rolling around that general area. Fruits, melons, and berries have 8 to 10,000 angstroms of energy. So if you, like me, are dealing with some kind of dis-ease in the body, whatever it is, every single dis-ease in the body, every single ailment in the body, if you can put in electromagnetic energy into your body to raise every cell in your body's electromagnetic vibration, you are going to bring health and healing to every single cell in the body. You're going to clear out all of the stuff that you don't need, all of the junk that you've subjected yourself to, right? And you're going to raise the energetic level. As you raise the energetic level of your cells on a cellular level, you raise your health, you raise your vitality, you raise your immune system. So you don't have to be running around worrying about, oh my God, don't come near me. Don't come near me. I don't know who you've been near. I'm not afraid of anybody's germs. It's like, come here, give it all to me, because I know that I'm clearing out my lymphatic system. I know that I'm strengthening my immune system. I know that I'm not overtaxing my immune system, my lymphatic system, with all the protein and all the crap that I've put in my body for 55 years, right? And I've done I did it real good. I was an expert at it. No fruits. Can't remember the last time I had fresh fruit, really, because I felt guilty for having fresh fruit, because I thought I was being a bad girl. Crazy. This is so good. Sunshine in a jar, literally. So we should never use proteins and fats for fuel unless it's absolutely necessary, because cellular damage can result. Fructose is the highest energetic form of a monosaccharide or simple sugar. Why, if you want energy, why wouldn't you put the most energy into your body every single dang day with every single thing that you put in your body? Why would you put 0 angstrom food that has 0 amplitudes of electromagnetic energy into your body? You know what has 0 amplitudes of electromagnetic energy? Beans, because you're overcooking. You cook the bejesus out of them. They give you no electromagnetic energy back, and it takes your body an extremely large amount of digestive effort and energy to just break it down so that it can move through your body. You get nothing back from it. Meat, flesh meat, 0 angstroms of energy, dead, decaying flesh. Right now, we're feeding our cats a raw, species specific diet for them, which is raw meat, right? And it's frigging disgusting. It's gross, right? What happens if we leave that meat sitting in the bowl if they don't eat all of it? In a very short time, it's going to start smelling and it's going to start having all the worms come out of it and all the, ugh. I hate that we have to do this, but because it grosses me out now, but it has 0 amplitude of energy left. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And why do cats usually sleep so much? Because they have no damn energy. They have no energy. They're the only species that is actually a carnivore species. Fructose, however, fruits, melons, and berries have this huge amplitude of energy. 8 to 10,000 angstroms of energy coursing through every sip of this. Like, this is our fuel. This is what we were put on this planet to use, to consume. And yet we're all afraid of it. We're running around going, oh my God, that's too much sugar. Oh my God, how much sugar is in that? I don't know. Hopefully a lot. hopefully a lot. Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you, now that you understand, right? Neurons, nerve cells, especially attract fructose molecules. This is brain food. This is going straight to my brain, right? Straight to your brain. If you can have this food and it gets diffused, check this out. Check this out, you guys. Are you guys loving this? Fructose enters a cell through diffusion instead of active transport, which is how glucose gets into the cell. Right? Diffusion saves energy for the body and the cells. So this goes into my mouth. The diffusion starts as soon as it enters the cells and touches my mouth. Oh, excuse me. This is so good. So good. So it goes in to the cells of our body by diffusion, and not just all the nutrients, all the flavonoids, all the enzymes, all the minerals, everything. But the awareness and the consciousness, which is alive in the fruit, in the plant, the awareness and the consciousness of this life is transmuted into my physical being. Your meditations are going to get better. Your downloads from the universe are going to get better. How do you guys think I'm doing this right now? Talking for 1 hour and 37 minutes so far. Sometimes I go for 4 hours. I think I'm going to have 2 hours as the cutoff time for today, because I do want to respect and honor my healing process. I did wake up with a detox headache today. I did have a little bit of an emotional detox to deal with the group thing, the group share on rebounding. I do feel my kidneys, like my kidneys are really, things are kicking up. So I want to honor myself today. And so we're only going to go for 22 more minutes to the 2 hour mark. But why do you think I have so much energy? And I'm healing from cancer and a lot of other things. My lymphatic, my amyloid plaque is a deal and a half. It's because of all this energy that I'm consuming that doesn't need to go through complex gymnastics, right? It doesn't need to be digested in order to get into my cells. It is brain food, literally. My brain is sucking up all this stuff and it's just going bing, right? Any activity requires energy, including the activity of transporting nutrients across the cell wall. So that's important to know, because most nutrients require a helper or a carrier to help the nutrients get through the cell wall and to be able to be available for us. So as ATP is a cell stored energy, it is used in active transport. Okay, so that ATP, remember we talked about that when fructose produces this extra energy in the cell, it gets stored as ATP, right? The stored energy of a cell. That is what is used to transport, to have this active transport or the assisted transportation of nutrients across the cell membrane walls. Glucose needs insulin to a certain degree as a utilization hormone for this active transport. So when we see a lot of diabetics that need insulin, it's because their bodies cannot do this kind of regulation, and oftentimes it is because they have too much complex carbohydrates in their diet as a diabetic, right? Complex carbohydrates, not simple carbohydrates. Fructose, on the other hand, requires no ATP. Fructose requires no insulin in order to get into the cell wall to be a fuel source to give us energy. Fructose does not require insulin. It does not put an insulin load on the body. So if you are not needing insulin to process the fructose, if you're diabetic and you're doing this and you're needing to you're going to need to titrate off of your insulin because you don't need it anymore. You don't need ATP, you don't need insulin. It's simply pulled and absorbed through the cell wall by diffusion. So this is why, guys, if you're doing this and your body has a sugar malabsorption issue, aka you have diabetes 1 and 2, diabetes 1 and diabetes 2, doesn't matter. Your body is not going to need insulin to function, to process this food that you're putting in. It doesn't need it. So if you're a diabetic and you're doing this, you need to be smart about this. 120, you don't want your blood sugar to spike or to go up above 120. And a lot of diabetics might see in the beginning, there might be a little spike in their blood glucose levels, right? But as long as your blood sugar doesn't go above 120 and you monitor yourself and you do this with awareness of what you're doing and you slowly titrate and adjust your insulin intake according to you and what's happening in your body, you're very soon going to see that your blood sugar levels balance out and return to normal on their own. I have a lot of clients that have diabetics in their family who are also doing this. One of them, Abu, who is an amazing class member of ours, had to come off of some of his doctor even took him off of one of his insulin medications because his body doesn't need it anymore. Your body goes back to homeostasis right away when you stop putting in the acid and you start treating yourself properly with this alkaline food. Fruits don't need insulin to be transmuted as energy into your cells, into your body. Fruits don't need insulin. Amazing. So you just got to remove the complex carbohydrates from your diet, diabetics. That's all you got to do. Remove the fructose, remove the complex carbohydrates, remove all the fake food, remove all the low glycemic index packaged garbage, remove all the bread, remove all the flour, the roti, the pasta, remove all of that from your diet. That's complex sugar that is causing an insulin response necessary for that carbonic acid that you are eating. Remember, You eat the glucose, it produces extra carbon molecules. Those extra carbon molecules are then converted into carbon dioxide and carbonic acid. The carbonic acid needs the insulin in order to neutralize it, or else you're going to be dead. Your body can't handle that carbonic acid. Carbonic acid, acidosis. Complex sugars create excessive glucose levels in the blood, which then creates more insulin demand. Stop doing that to your body. Let's stop doing that, okay? Let's stop getting into these pre-diabetic conditions and then wondering, oh my God, what should I do? Oh, fruits? No, I can't do that. My body doesn't process sugars. Yeah, your body doesn't process sugars, right? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It doesn't if it's complex sugars. That's excessive carbons. Fructose, you don't need insulin. So these are always going to be your best sources of simple sugar. Raw fruits and vegetables. Hands down, super simple. Are you digging it? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Right? That's why you become stronger, more energetic. That's why you don't need as much sleep. That's why when you do sleep, you sleep really, really, really well because you're electric. I know a lot of you on this are just like, you're lit up. People around you are looking at you going, girl, dude, what are you on? Girl, what's going on with you? I need some of that. Your skin is glowing. You seem to glow from the inside out. Yeah, I know. It's like I'm sticking my finger in the electrical socket and just going, woo, I'm on full power, baby. You cannot have this in your life. You cannot be doing this fruits, melons, and berries thing without you lighting up from the inside. Fully charged batteries, fully charged. All right. So foods high in protein and low in sugar, or foods high in complex sugars, rob your body of vital energy, create acidosis, and elevate blood sugar levels. Simple sugars, on the other hand, fruits, melons, and berries, baby, they aid in alkalization and hydration, and it's just so important. So we have to remember that fructose is the highest electrical sugar in nature. It's superb for brain and nerve regeneration. So anybody that is suffering with any kind of neurological disorder or dis-ease in the body, right? MS, Parkinson's, Addison's disease, Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, any kind of Lyme's disease, lupus, anytime your doctor says you got autoimmune disorder, which basically means in their lingo, translated means we don't know what the hell's wrong with you. Like, just get out of my office. Autoimmune, goodbye. There's no cure for that, right? That's the deal right there. That's the ticket. So I hope that really helps clarify for you guys. Let me go back to the comments here for you guys. Duda says, Gabriella says, Duda, that's why somebody here had an idea for a shirt saying fruits are friends. Yes, fruits are our friends. 100%. How is water acidic? Water is acidic. It's slightly on the acid side of chemistry, right? It's H2O. So it's H2. So 2 molecules of hydrogen, 1 molecule of oxygen. So it's a little bit more on the acidic side, H2, 2 hydrogen. Because remember, the acid scale is a pH scale, right? So we talk about pH. What's our urine? Is it closer to 8 pH, or is it closer to 6.5, where it should be when we when our bodies are properly detoxified and properly clean, right? But what is pH? What does that mean? It means the potential for hydrogen. What is the potential for hydrogen? And when our potential for hydrogen has more hydrogen in it, like H2O, that means that it's slightly more acidic. I hope that that helps. I know probably not, but I'm going to be talking about water and hydration on an upcoming class very soon. I hope tomorrow we'll go through more of that. Hi there, John. Thank you so much for tuning in. John asks, how long does it usually take to go from acidic to alkaline once you start detoxing with the juices? I don't know. My crystal ball is in the shop, so I can't look into it and tell you for you. Nobody really knows. What we do know is that some of us are more acidic than others. Some of us have more compromised tissues, organs, and glands that we came with, because remember, we inherit our tissues, organs, and glands from our parents. So some of us, some of us are more compromised. Some of us are more lymphatically stagnant. Some of us are more systemically acidic. So what I do know, what I can tell you is that it starts working right away. How long till it's all cleared out? I don't know. Nobody knows, but we do know that it's going to take as long as it's going to take, and that the only way to go from acid to alkaline is with fruits, melons, and berries. 100%. 100%. Kristen is here. Hello again, Kristen. Thank you for popping in, and thank you for referring Michelle to this. I'm so happy to see that. John, hi, John. John is sending infinite love, love, love. Thank you so much. I'm so excited that you're here. John says, walking through the dog, but listening. So happy that you're here. Hello, Rebecca. Rebecca says, this is so good. Oh my God, I'm so happy that you're here and that you're getting value. Yes, and John, you guys here, John, I was talking about you earlier, John. I was telling them to go and check out your YouTube channel. John downloads from the universe every single day, new music, a new song that he writes, publishes, and uploads to his YouTube channel every single day, a brand new song. Go check him out. He wrote a song for me, John. Thank you again for writing that song for me recently. Oh my gosh. The day after he was introduced to me through via Emoji King. So thank you again, Emoji King, for that. But go check out John's channel. Oh my goodness, your mind is going to be blown when you hear him. So good. And Shifting Consciousness, Nancy says, hey, hi, John Binney. How are you, brother? Good to see you here. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah, the raw vegan cinnamon rolls. Oh my gosh, I've made the plantain for those of you who are not from the Caribbean, but I've made the plantain wraps, and oh my gosh, we're going to be doing some stuff. Michael says, fructose superb for brain, nerve, and tissue regeneration. Yes. 100%, 100%. Dr. Morris has talked about so often how it is only on fruits, melons, and berries. And remember, he's been doing this for 50 years. He's been doing this work for 50 years, and he has said that it is only on fruits, melons, and berries that he has seen brain tissue regenerated, nerve tissue regenerated, and people coming out of wheelchairs, people who are all stiff and tightened up in wheelchairs, that their bodies just open up. It takes time. It depends on how much lymphatic stagnation you have going on, how much tissue has been damaged by that. And it all depends on, your ability to heal. How strong is your constitution? What is your will to live? What is your desire to do this? How strong and how much are you going to go in on the more higher level detoxes, like what we're doing now with our 40-day grape and other juice cleanse. By the way, I do also have my grape juice here, and I am rocking the grape juice, but I'm also adding in some orange juice, some nectarine juice. I got almond juices here. Wait, I got them all here. I got to come back in and grab that for a screenshot for my thumbnail. Wait. Screenshot time. I usually do that afterwards, but there, you got to see a little bit of the workings. Go check out my YouTube channel where you can see all my videos. I always do a screenshot right before or right after class, and that's what I usually do. I just put my camera on, do a little video roll, and screen shoot it. Super easy. John says, Nancy, great, thanks. How are you? Hey, you made me eat an apple now. I need more. John, listen, honey, if you go on a juice cleanse, you think you're on fire now, and you are with your music and your a spiritual awakening and your elevated level of consciousness. You go on this juice thing, and seriously, it's gonna be like, I was going to say crack on cocaine, but that's not really a good reference when we're talking about health, is it? Never done either one. Never done crack, never done cocaine. I like the weed, but it's like throwing gasoline on your fire. It's like igniting your spiritual awakening to levels that you just don't even know exist. And look at what you're already doing right now. So get those fruits, melons, and berries in, baby. Hi, Kristen. You're so welcome. I love you so, so much. And my girl Claire is here. Yes. Oh my gosh, Claire, I'm so glad that you are here. How long have you been on? Did you just tune in? Let me know. And I cannot wait to start doing our one-on-one coaching together, Claire. I have not forgotten about you. I will send you the information, and we will get started right away. On a fruit diet, you become the stars, babe. Give it a try. I mean, seriously, just do it as an experiment. Honestly, you will be blown away. You're eating, you're drinking, you're consuming the divine. You become the stars. You become all galaxies. You become the divine. That is why Emoji King brought you here, 100%. Kristen says, I made a really good apple raspberry juice for lunch. Adding back in the grape juice. Yeah, just going slower with it. Listen, me as well. I'm still considering myself on a grape cleanse because I mainly drink the grape juice, right? But two-fisting it. But I'm also having mainly grape juice. So I still consider myself mainly grape juice, but it doesn't matter. My God, I just wanted to experience this grape cleanse for, we're day 18 now. On Sunday, coming up soon, we're going to be on day 21. And Dr. Morris always says, if you can do a 21-day grape fast, you are kicking butt, right? We are kicking butt. We are doing this. So don't worry about, you're not going slower. Oh, no. Apple raspberry juice for lunch is not really going slower at all. You're just mixing it up and you're keeping in the grape juice for sure, but sometimes we need a little bit of variety. I do. I mean, that's what this is all about, being flexible, seeing what works for you, taking it slow sometimes, and then other times maybe pressing on the gas a little bit more, taking the highway, the toll route versus taking the country drive, right? Both are good, right? Both will get you to the same place, just doing it with a different type of experience. So that is all good. So guys, listen, I want to really thank you so much. Thank you for your support, by the way. And by the way, rebounding, good or bad? What's your vote? Rebounding is good. Just get your kidneys opened up, get your kidneys filtering, the same stuff that I preach all the time, 24/7 over here, right? Get yourself opened up, get yourself filtering, but definitely a little rebounding is good. A little bit of yoga, a little bit of walking, get out in nature. Doing some swimming, doing some low impact kind of calisthenics, doing anything to move your body, but focusing on and remembering that this is a time that we want to heal our body. We want to conserve our energy, right? We want to not overdo it so that the body doesn't have to, do a lot of processing of that repair that needs to be done when you have, exercised a lot and you have strained your muscles and ripped them apart so they grow back and rip them apart until you get the pipes, the biceps, right? There'll be lots of time for that down the road. But right now, we're focused on healing the body. We're focused on getting the body energy resources back up, because a lot of us have been squelching our energy resources. This is not the time to go, knock yourself out in a workout. I look at myself now. I look at my skin quality. I look at how my face looks. I look at how my physique looks. I look at how everything is feeling on the inside and the outside. This program now, compared to when I did this body transformation program, not this body transformation program, compared to when I did a body competitor, kind of like almost like a figure or a bodybuilding type of protocol, very heavily protein focused, very rigid. When I did that 6 years ago, and I was at this same weight, I looked depleted. I looked dehydrated. I looked drawn. I didn't have the sheen and the shine in my face, and I was exactly the same weight that I am now when I did that then. And I can see now how the excess energy, the excess, excessive working out, worked out twice a day in the gym. And when I did my gym workouts, that was something else. Like I was leg pressing some serious ass weight. I was bench pressing. I was squatting. I was ripped. But I was ripping myself up on the inside because I did not understand I was eating a lot of complex carbohydrates for considering, and I was eating a lot of protein. So we don't need to do that to our bodies in order to remain healthy. We need to support our bodies, to continue to detoxify our bodies. And that will always be my mission, to help as many of you as possible to get there, and that we can do this in community. So if you are not in the Real Juicy Detox Facebook group, what you waiting for? We hang out there after class and before class, and we support each other. We check in with each other. I'm in there. I do some special little Facebook Live videos in there. And I strongly encourage you guys to come and check it out. I love that you're watching this on YouTube. If you're on Facebook and you're watching this live on Facebook, next time, come and check it out on the replay, or go on over to the replay so that we can watch it here on YouTube together. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment down below so that I can know that you were here as well during the live or on the replay. And remember that I love you. Remember that fruits are your friends, right? Fruits are our friends. I just had an image of a t-shirt with all the fruits like walking hand in hand together, a little hand in hand. Enjoy everything about today. And can I just throw this back to, no, can I just throw this back to Lorenzo's beautiful reminder for all of us today. Have an amazing day today, and may today have an amazing you. I love that. All before this class, I kept thinking, okay, I'm just going to be my amazing self. I'm just going to bring all my amazing energy and just tune into whatever the divine has for us today. And thank you so much. It has been another amazing class. I love you all so much. I hope you got great value. Let's meet up at the Facebook, in the Facebook group, The Real Juicy Detox, and hang out after class and share what was your big takeaway? What are you going to do differently? What did you learn today that you completely didn't even realize was a thing? What did you unlearn from class today? I so love you guys, and I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our nightly check-in. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Bouncing with Burns. And if I don't see you then, I will see you back here, same bat time, same bat channel, tomorrow, noon Eastern Standard Time, for more amazing stuff in our detox class. I love you so much. Again, I'm Burns. I'm your certified detox specialist, and reach out to me on Instagram or reach out to me on Facebook Messenger if you want to connect. You can also check out my website, and all these links are in the description of this video. All right, guys, I love you. Love you so much. Bye.